The difference between the Base44 and the Bubble AI app builders is like comparing modern cars versus old ones. Neither one is inherently wrong, one just makes your life easier with an automatic transmission, while the other has a stick shift that will stall the car if you don't know what you're doing. But maybe you like doing things yourself. So in today's video, I'll compare Base44 versus Bubble to help you decide which no-code app builder better suits your driving. I meant app building preferences. I'll cover everything from initial creation to final publishing. Okay, I'll stop with the car metaphors. Here's a quick overview of what each AI app builder is actually like. Base44 is, at least in my opinion, possibly the best AI app builder for complete beginners. It lets you turn your app idea into reality with minimal effort just by writing a quick prompt. The result? A complete web or mobile app with all the functionality you need, both on the front end and the back end. On the flip side, you have Bubble.io. This one is better suited for experienced users who want a more hands-on approach when building an app. This service comes with an interactive drag-and-drop interface that allows you to build various elements of your app manually. So in a nutshell, the main difference is that Base44 prioritizes speed and simplicity, while Bubble gives you more flexibility if you can get over its steep learning curve. But before we get into the specifics of how to build an app without coding with either service, you'll have to decide on a subscription plan. And when it comes to pricing, Base44 and Bubble are pretty different. Even at a glance, you can clearly see that Base44 is overall cheaper than Bubble.io. Not only that, but Base44 even lets you build and launch a complete app with the most affordable starter plan. However, if you're serious about your project, I recommend the Builder plan, as it lets you connect your GitHub account and export your code. Now, in contrast, Bubble's flexibility and customization lead to a higher price tag, even for the most affordable subscription plan. Okay, technically there is a free tier, but it's only good for testing. You can't actually launch your app with it. And even if you eventually pick a paid plan, keep in mind that neither one of them allows you to export your code, which is pretty disappointing. And if you'd like to check out these providers right away, I'll leave links with the best deals in the description below. Okay, now let's talk about how to build an app with AI using these services. To keep the comparison fair, I'll use the same prompt with both AI app builders, which will serve as the basis for the rest of my review. The goal is to build a fitness challenge app that allows my friends and me to track fitness progress and compete for top spots on a leaderboard. The first steps were straightforward with both providers, but it didn't take long before I started to notice some differences. Let's start with speed. I was honestly kind of shocked by just how much quicker Base44 was. I had to wait maybe half a minute before everything was complete. Meanwhile, Bubble needed at least a few minutes, which felt like an eternity compared to Base44. This isn't a huge problem, but if you're planning to create lots of iterations of your project, a few minutes time difference can easily turn into hours. And while Bubble was building the app, it showed me various guides on how everything works, which gave me a better understanding of what's to come next. Anyway, once the initial version is built, you'll likely want to make further adjustments. With Base44, this process is incredibly simple. You just write additional prompts and the AI system immediately goes to work. Whether it's small visual changes or a new feature entirely, a simple prompt is all it takes. You can even enable discussion mode to talk things over before moving forward with any updates. Overall, a great fit for beginners. Now, on the flip side, what Bubble offers for further customization is the complete opposite. Here, you'll have to practically do everything yourself. Okay, at least you don't have to start coding, but you'll have to build each element yourself. And I'm not talking about just the visuals. Yeah, you have to build the underlying logic of your app too. So if you want to add a new feature, you'll have to describe the entire workflow and how it relates to your app's interface. As you can imagine, this isn't something that a beginner can easily get into. I mean, you really have to have a knack for these types of things because it almost feels like programming. Well, maybe Bubble at least has an AI chatbot to help with the building process? Yeah, not quite. At least not in the same league as Base44. Bubble's AI agent can't help with editing when you're building a mobile app. It's a feature planned for the future, but it's unclear when exactly. When it comes to web apps, though, the agent can help in a few small areas. For starters, you can ask it to edit your app's visual elements, but only one at a time by writing separate prompts for each. It can also create simple front-end workflows such as sign-up forms for new users, but keep in mind that you'll have to describe the underlying logic accurately. In terms of limitations, the Bubble AI agent can't generate back-end workflows. You'll have to pop open the hood and create those yourself. On that note, you'll also have to handle custom events or more complex logic too. Basically, you get more flexibility with Bubble, but it comes at the cost of complexity and a significant time commitment. Meanwhile, with Base44, creating an app is as quick and easy as snapping your fingers. If you know by now which provider is more appealing to you, these QR codes and the links down below will get you to a great deal on either of these AI builders. Once your project is complete, it is time to launch app with AI for everyone else to enjoy. So how do these two handle the final step of the process? If you're building a web app with Base44, all you have to do is click the publish button in the top right corner. Then you can adjust access permissions if you're not ready to make your app fully public. After that, click publish again, and that's it. If you signed up for a year of the builder or higher plan, you'll get a free domain too. But you can also connect a custom one if you came prepared. If you built a mobile app though, then the process is slightly different. Since Base44 is primarily a web app builder, you'll have to go through the process of making your app compatible with mobile app stores. This procedure is called wrapping, and Base44 provides you with all the necessary tools to do that on their platform. There's even an in-depth guide that you can follow. Moving on to Bubble, the process for web apps is almost identical to Base44, well, except that the big button in the top right corner is called deploy. Another difference is that the service doesn't offer a free domain with any of its plans, but it still supports custom domains if you have one ready and waiting. As for mobile apps, you'll have to prepare some assets for Bubble before it can handle all the rest. You'll need listings, privacy information, icons, screenshots, and store details. With those things ready, Bubble can generate the necessary files for publishing your app on Google Play and the Apple App Store. Overall, Base44 is all about speed and simplicity, while Bubble offers more flexibility if you take the time to learn it. Neither provider is objectively better or worse, they just serve different audiences. After testing the two, I prefer Base44 for its speed and simplicity. But which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Until next time.